Okay, so here's our fish tank terrarium, and this is what it looked like 6 months ago, so you can see how overgrown it is now. So that spider plant has just taken over the whole thing, and there's loads of weeds all over the place. So it's about 6 months ago which I did this, so I really need to redo it, so that's what we're going to be doing today. I've got some Japanese maples and some seed grown orange trees. Just look at the weeds all around the light there. And I've got a few other things which I can probably put in here as well. So we'll take it out to the greenhouse so I can see it better, and we'll see what we can do. Okay, so I've just bring the terrarium, the fish tank terrarium, out to the greenhouse, and look at it, it's absolutely overgrown. All the weeds and stuff that have found their way in there have just completely taken over. So what I decided I'm going to do is remove these 2 spider plants and that monkey leaf monstera, I think that's what it's called, and take them out, get all the weeds out, and then I've got a selection of plants here which I'm going to plant back in there. So I've got 3 little orange trees which I grew from seed. I did a video on that as well if you want to check that out. And I've got a couple of little Japanese maples, again grown from seed. So they'll be subject to another video as well, which hasn't been released yet. I'm not sure if they're going to do alright in the terrarium, because they're a deciduous tree, so but we'll pop them in there, see how they go. And I've also got a couple of these little jade plants. That was grew from a leaf cutting, and this one was grown from a branch cutting. And I've also got a little oak tree here. So I haven't decided if I'm going to put that in yet, but I have got some other bits and bobs that I can put in. So first things first, I'm going to have to de-weed that and get the spider plants out. Okay, so let's try and get these out of here now. Now this was just one spider plant and it's sent out a runner. Oh, I thought it would have rooted in, but it hasn't, so that makes that a bit easier. So this one here, I should be able to just put it out. Got a little trowel thing here. It's got some quite good roots on it now, so it's rooted right in there. It doesn't matter if I make a mess of this terrarium because I'm going to redo it, like I said. Oh my goodness. Look at the roots on that thing. Okay, so that's that out. Look at these roots. I don't know what these strange tuber things are on there. We want to keep this, so I'm going to pot that up as well in a minute. That's already cleared that out quite a lot. So I'm just going to pull the weeds out. All these weed things that have grown in here. Not sure what they are, but they must have come in the soil. So all that can go. Grass and all sorts. Big old bit of grass there. The ficus is still doing well in there. So we might prune that back a little bit. These little weeds at the front here, I'm going to leave them be. Just generally give it a bit of a tidy up. Okay, so that already looks much better. And I also want to get rid of this monkey leaf thing. Because it's too big to go in there. Yeah, it's just up against the lights all the time. So we need to get that out. Again, when the soil's quite sandy and loose, it should just pull out quite easily. It's certainly done well in there. So that's the monkey leaf. You can see where the leaves have been up against the light, they've got burnt, but it's still relatively healthy. Again, we'll be keeping this. Okay, so that looks much better. So we've got to tidy it up and replant the other things in there. Okay, so I'm going to plant something else in here. So this side here is a bit bare, and at the back where we remove the monstera. So we'll plant some things around here. I've got quite a few little trees and plants which I just showed you. The moss is still just about alive in there. So we'll leave that. I've just moved this stick across a bit. I really like the fern where it is. And these things. Can't remember any of the names of these, but never mind. So, first things first, I'm going to plant this little ficus cutting in somewhere. Just put that somewhere out of the way. Probably put that up here. And hopefully it'll root in there. So I'll just make a little hole and plant that in. And it'll either root in or it won't. So next thing I'm going to do is plant a couple of these little orange trees. I've got to use some seed, they've just been in these little pots. There we've got some roots on them. So go for one around about there. So I'll just dig a little hole with this. Plop that in there. That looks pretty good there. Just trying to think where I can put them. Because they're quite slow growing and quite small, so they might be ideal nearer the front. I'm trying to space things out as well. So I'll put another one down here at the front. This one's got roots coming out the bottom. Yeah, we can just snip them off, it doesn't matter. Still have plenty of roots. So this one will be going at the front there. Lots of roots under here still from that spider plant. Okay, so that one's in there. So next one I want to do is plant something at the back there. So I'm thinking like this jade might be ideal at the back. I might just prune off a bit of this. So it's got these branches down here, so I'll prune it off about there. And I'll put that at the back. Just want to crumble away a bit of the soil, and then I can spread that over. This is just gritty soil that it's been grown in. So we'll pop that up here. I'm hoping I'm not putting my arms and stuff in front of the camera. I do apologise. So we've got that at the back. Can't really see it too much because of the angle, but and we've got another little orange tree. We'll plant that in somewhere. I'll put that one up here. I'll go through and tidy it up after we've finished planting these. We need something else at the front here. A couple of things to fill in some gaps. I might go for the other jade up here. Put that in there somewhere. Now this one was a leaf cutting, so it should have much more roots than the other one. Again, I'm just going to crumble some of this soil off just to get the roots in there properly. And that can go in there. Okay. Now I've got a few more little trees to plant, but I haven't fully decided what I'm going to do with them yet. So I'll get back to you in a minute and I'll have a think. Okay, so I've got this little Japanese maple seedling. So I'm going to put that in there. It is a deciduous tree, so it might get a bit confused being in here. I'm not sure how that's going to work, but never mind. It'll either grow or it won't. There's no shortage of them. I've got quite a few little seedlings of these growing, so I'll just pop it in somewhere, and then it's got two chances. Now, I have got another one as well, so I might as well put that in. Yes, there's another little Japanese maple. So I'll pop that in somewhere. And we can just go. I want something quite big here. There. We'll just put it here. So there's no plans, no particular order. I'm just popping stuff in. However, I think looks quite nice. I think these might look nice together. They're quite close to each other. Okay. And then I've got one more. I've got a little oak tree. I'm not sure how that goes. We might try that. And I've also got a little pine, little Aleppo pine. I'll show you that. Because it's an evergreen, it might do quite well in here. So I might just put that in. I've got two of these, but this is the smaller one, so I'll keep one of them in the greenhouse to grow, and we'll pop this in there. There's no harm. If they get too big, I can just take them out, like I did with the spider plant. So I'll pop that in there. Yes, I've just took out the pot and basically bare rooted it. Just look at the roots on it. About a foot long. So we probably don't need all that root, so I'll trim that off a bit just to make it easier to get it in there. So that's plenty of roots for that. And I'll pop that in down the front here because it's got quite sparse foliage, so that won't obstruct the view. I'll pop that in there. I think that looks pretty good there. I'm just trying to get it at the right angle. It's not blocking the view from that maple. So I'll probably top the soil up a little bit in a minute anyway, so I'll fine tweak it in a minute. So I think that's probably enough in there. I don't really need that oak tree. So I'll just tidy it up, put some more soil in there. Okay, so that's the terrarium so far. Once I finish, I'll take it back indoors and put the light on top, and it'll give you a much better view of it. I'm still feeling there's a bit bare at the back there, so I might put that little oak tree in there. So I'll have a look at that, see if I can squeeze it in there. Okay, so I was just having a look at this little oak tree here, and it's actually 2 trees, so I've managed to separate that little one off there. And it's got a really cool little kink in the trunk. This one's growing out of the same seed, but there's 2, so I might put that one in there as well. I might cut it back to about there, and that'll encourage all these buds to open. These dormant buds are all the way down here. If it dies, it dies. But I'll definitely get this one in there at the back. Okay, so I'll just put that oak tree at the back there. I think it looks quite cool. And what I decided to do is put this one in there as well, but I've wired the trunk. So I'm going to bend it around, just because I don't want to cut the leaves off, so give it a bit of shape and also keep the height of it down. So I think that should be pretty cool if I put that in the back. So I'll get that in. We can adjust the wires, change the shape once it's in there. It's just a bit of garden wire wrapped around it. Okay, so I think that's about done. After lots of tweaking and fine tuning, got it to how I like it. So let me know what you think, guys. I'll take you indoors. I'll put it back where it was with the light on the top. I just realised I forgot to put that other log back along the back there. However it was, I can't quite remember. But we can readjust it. I think it went along there. So just the final touches now. Tweaking it. Trying to get this log to sit flat in there. Might break it in 2. Just put one bit along there. Okay, so that's that done. I'll just pick you up and show you a bit more close detail. There's our updated, redesigned fish tank terrarium. The oak trees at the back there with the wires on them. Little Japanese maples. The orange trees. The jade and the pine. So I'll take it back indoors. I need to give it water as well. Alright, so that's the terrarium back in its home indoors here with the light at the top. So I think it turned out really nicely. Let me know what you think, everyone. The maples over there and all the palms and the ficus. So anyway, thank you very much for watching, guys. Hope you found this video useful, and I'll see you on the next one.